Is this thing on? Are we live? Hello, this is James. We're doing the card review. I am copying Decade, but not in the way you are thinking about. We're going to start with Dark Lords, because I know that people are the most excited for this new archetype. We're going to review some Shining mini box. We might not get to all of it. Maybe we'll do 2 streams, but I have some mock-up decks that you guys might want to check out. You might want to give me some feedback on. We'll do the solo duels on Dueling Book. We're going to do... Yeah, basically we're just going to review the cards as best as I am able. Here we go. Hello, Broly. Hello, Mamie Saki. Hello, Edward Persong. Hello, Drizzy Dre. Hello, Robeness. Hello, Over. Hello, Robert Hoffman. Welcome. Oh, wait. No, I'm in night form. I need to switch to day form. Oh. Hello, Gustavo. Hello, Night Hunter. Hello, Scar. Hello, Utaug. Is there someone to help me get Sphere Karibo? If you have $5 or your mother's credit card has $5, you too can get a Sphere Karibo. Hello, Red Racer. That haircut. I did it. It's my haircut. I did it myself. It could be better. The first time I cut my own hair, I did a really good job, and then the second time I got sloppy, and so it's kind of uneven and embarrassing. But it'll grow out. Especially, like, my hair and my nails have been growing really, really fast recently. I think it's the diet. Thank you, Black James What I. Hello, Osama. Hello, Brendan Nadoro. Does this mini box look like it's got some spice or not? Oh, yeah, it's got the spice, my guy. Hello, Adam Zer. This box seems skippable. You're gonna skip the Dark Lords? I mean... Really, they're just a glorified beatdown deck, but, you know. Hello, Maymo. Hello, Daniel Nicholas. Guten Morgen, Pablo C. Hello, James. Hello, Striker Seif. Yeah, so we're gonna do, what I think I had Dark Lords, and then I also had a mock-up for Parshath. And then I was also looking at Noble Knights. But if I took all the time to get everything ready, we would never have the stream, as I promised in the last video. So I want to make sure. I don't know the Dark Lord playstyle. Adam Zarif, that is what we are here to figure out, and also thank you for being a YouTube member. James, you two have a black version of yourself. I did not participate in the naming, but I do accept it. My hairs are stuck in the middle forever. Really trying to grow them enough to buy. Yeah. No. Just if you ever lose hope, just watch my basically. In addition to the growth of my channel, my YouTube videos document the growth of my hair. So I had normal length hair, and then and now I don't. Parshath equals Counterfairy, yes. New X-Saber support. Really, it's just the one card. Guild Troll, or whatever it is. Arcana Force with new fairy type cards. James, I saw you in DK stream chat today during his review. Yes! Yes, and so you will know, Chaser7, that my information on Dark Lords is wholly my own. Alright? Because he didn't even get to it, and when he did do the deck, he didn't make a good mock-up deck, so it, like, bricked a lot. So this is James's mock-up deck that we're not gonna... you know what? We'll try some solo mode. We'll try this out. We'll try this guy out. Okay, let me just see, because... You know, I tried everything... Oh, man, that's... I tried everything I could think of to get the... okay, maybe we can just have... I don't know how I feel about that. I tried everything I could think of to get the window capture, to just have the window capture of the Dueling Book, right? And I couldn't figure it out. So what we're doing is we're just desktop previews. So if I dox myself, you guys have to tell me so I can bury the live stream. So we're just doing desktop, just like desktop viewer, like what I see is what you see, in a little window. So everything's kind of like, that's why you're seeing the OBS. That's why you're seeing the other chat window. What's this about Extra Deck Plus, my guy? You are getting, if you do 100 Synchro Shokans, you get to have an extra slot in your Extra Deck. Pretty self-explanatory. We're not getting Dark Lord Nurse. What do you mean Dark Lord Nurse? We do have Dark Lord Marie, but she kind of sucks, so we're probably not going to play her. Hello, Lying Hablier. And also, yeah, so I have to have, like, chat tiny so that I can see, it doesn't show up on the window, so it's a little more cramped than usual. James, when will you change the white t-shirt? I mean, I have no incentive to change it right now. It's my uniform, my guy. Keeps everybody nice and focused. Would Fairy's Smile help with Dark Lord's life point cost? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. I was going to say just beatdown, but yeah, because they're all fairies. You'll have plenty of, Does that upgrade stack? No. You know what? And actually, people were commenting in the comments for that video. It's it'll probably each time we get a new summoning mechanic, it'll be like 100. It'll be 100 Exceed summon for plus, for 7 slots. It'll be 100 Link summons for 8 slots, like that kind of thing. And they'll also like probably sell it. I'm pretty sure they're gonna sell Extra Deck slots. Extra Deck Plus, that's like a selling thing. I know that all of my super rare calls, like I only got 3 of 10. And I was my reasoning was so off. Like they made the cards that counter the light and dark monsters, they made those cards like super rare. So I was like way off on that. But I think that Extra Deck Plus is a microtransaction. James is part of Society of Light, so he can't change it. There you go. James is an anime character. James can't change his clothes. Steel Swarm and Counter Fairy is what I'm looking forward to. Alright, so good. That's... No, wait. I'm doing Dark Lords and Counter Fairies. Hello, Crippled. On April Fool, black t-shirt, James Would I was born. No, see, but that was not black t-shirt, James Would I. That was black James Would I, which is you. Because you're using the screenshot from that stream as your icon. Why Banishment of Dark Lord? You mean the Sanctified? What do you mean? No. What is Banishment of Dark Lord? We only have these 3 spells and traps. Your equip card was an R. Yeah, it was. Okay, but I feel like my reasoning was sound on that. Okay. I overestimated Konami's greed, which actually was a good thing. Because basically I said, like, all of the playmaking cards are going to be super rares. And actually, I think that some of the leaks were not... Wait, let me check on my other computer. Dark Lord Bricky, yes. Very. Yeah, once we have Season 2, once I have achieved a great victory, maybe we can afford, like, a more expensive white t-shirt, and I can wear that. Dark Lord's the new for hire. No. I would not say that. James, what do you think? Do I go for Tricky or Wheeler D since I'm 100% going to skip the next mini box? Alright, so if you must skip the next mini box. Tricky or the D? So I feel like this is just my sense, but I feel like Wheeler D is good right now. But eventually that'll be a card that we generally don't play because it's limited to level 3s and like low level Synchro Shokan. And we're not just trying to do level 6. We're trying to do level 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 Synchro Shokan. So I think that actually the Tricky will be better in the future, but Wheeler D is good right now. Many good equips aren't SRs. Take Power of the Guardians, for example. Well, no, it's just because it was like... Alright, you're right. You're right. You're right. I thought it was like Power Hand. I said that in the video. What decks will we discuss today? So I'm thinking Dark Lords, Parshath, and Noble Knights for sure. But it depends on like how long it takes. And we'll probably do multiple takes and that kind of thing. Hello, White Shadow. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Alright, so what do you guys think of... Alright, so first of all, did I get all the Dark Lords? Did I get all the Dark Lords? So we have Dark Lord Desire, right? Dark Lord Ixchel, Nasten, Superbia, Tezcatlipoca, and Ukobak. Those are the monsters. Contact and Sanctified Dark Lord. So these, I feel like, these are the usable Dark Lords. And then the other ones are Morning Star, Amdusk, Ede Array, and then Dark Lord Descent. So these are the ones that I would ignore. So like Amdusk is a cheap version of Ixchel. Morning Star is a gigantic brick. What's this? Yeah, this is a dead end. This is like you special... Yeah, God, no. And then Descent. Pay half your LP, summon 2 Dark Lord monsters from the graveyard and defend... Well, you know what, maybe... No, with the same level as one face-up monster your opponent... Yeah, no. And then Dark Lord Marie we already had, but she's not amazing. Hello, Timothy Stiles. Thank you for being a YouTube member. They gave us the very hard to utilize field spell for Noble Knights. Yeah, that's garbage. Is it tricky based off failed campaign promises for President of the USA? No, I failed to see how that relates. Lord of the Shining. Good night, Samki. Try Dark Lords with the new traps. What are the new traps? Mage Power is an SR equip card. Okay, see, but alright, so now you're supporting my point. The field spell counts itself. Hey James, there is somebody who used Evolves with Trap King's Consonants and Xian with deck. That sounds good, Memo. James is the top tier reviewer. Madoka Kaname with the top tier comments. Keep it coming, Madoka. So yeah, I feel like I didn't miss any of it. You should add Hungry Burger for synergy. Alright, but I'm gonna do like DK. If Hungry Burger sucks, I'm gonna ban you. Also, it's a ritual, so you're already banned. Can only be ritual with the ritual spell. You must tribute... Alright, what? What? Come on now. That doesn't... That's not even... Like, I'm not even halfway tricked by that. I'm not even halfway tricked by that. Do a meme deck with Hungry Burger. That time was 2 years ago. Now we are due for a selection mini box. You know, the one with Drowning Mirror Force. Gravity Axe, Shooting Starbow, Mage Power, or SRs. Yeah, see? Hungry Burger might be getting an animation. I mean, I hope they would put it... I hope they would put that towards, like, a monster that people actually use. Like, Sphere Karibo animation. You discard a Sphere Karibo, and then Sphere Karibo, like, does something. Like, that would be really good. And it incentivizes people to give Konami money for this ultra rare. Alright, hold on. I need to eat. I'm hungry. James, are the goal of this deck spamming big attack monsters? Yeah, you got it. That's it. Sphere Karibo will lie like the pack opening Karibos. No, the pack opening... See, that's... I can see why you would think that. But the pack opening Karibos are free to play, alright? And free to play is what Konami feels okay in lying to you with and taking away, you know, a la Amazoness Princess. Sphere Karibo is a money boy, alright? And when you give Konami money, they reward you with... Okay, enough of this Joe Barnacle garbage. Alright, if DK is James's papa, then I'm his grandson. There you go. What about Duke Shade? What about Duke Shade? You can tribute any number of darks. Special summon this card from your hand. If it does, gain 500 attack for each monster you tributed. This card is normal or special. You can target one level 5 or higher dark monster in your GY. Add it to your hand. You can only use each effect. Okay, so you normal summon it. So like obviously you don't want to give up your Dark Lords. So you're using the second effect, normal summon, and then you get a Dark Lord back. I like that. I like that. You get you can recycle your Ix-Chells. Mogamba has voice lines for Hungry Burger. Mogamba has voice lines for garbage. Free to play here. Let's get smashed by the new cards. Keep up the work. Good. Thanks, Bruno Gomes. Is it a good box, James? One of the better ones. So, I feel like this box has a lot of like pre-Xyz stuff, like Noble Knight Brothers. So if you don't go into this now, you're probably gonna want to go into it later. And then like these Dark Lords, you can Xyz probably. I assume you can Xyz some crazy crap off of these Dark Lords. Maybe that's just me though. How many level? Okay. See, that's the other thing. Duel Links counts for me, so I don't. Are these both 12? I think. Okay, these are the same. Desired Ix-Chel are the same. Nastin, Suburbia are not. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe not. You need spells to discard. So this is just a first pass. This is just a first pass. But yeah, Dark World dealings. Let's put that in the side deck. Uru. Dark Lords are awesome looking, but without the right spells and traps, they're just beaters. Well, let's look at that. Dark Lord. So we have... Alright, so we don't have this. Banishment. Oh, this is what you were talking about. Add one Dark Lord from your deck to your hand except itself. Alright, okay. Contact. Dark Lord Rebellion. Send one Dark Lord monster from your hand or face up in the field to the graveyard. Destroy one card in the field. Okay, so like we're not getting that. Probably be a super rare. And then alright, so it's just those actually. It's just those. Also, I feel like oh, and then Dark Lord Enchantment. Send one Dark Lord from your hand or face up in the field to the graveyard. Take control of one face of monster your opponent controls until the end phase. You can only activate one Dark Lord Enchantment per turn. Hey! Hey! Alright, and then let's, I feel like Dueling Book has been greatly improved, though. So if we go Duel Room, and then... solo mode. Just solo mode, right? Oh wait, this is a different deck. So what else? What else do? Okay, so do constructor. I want to use my Dark Lord's deck though. How do I? Oh, here. Set as default. Okay. Do I have to do that every time? Anyway, so we're gonna exit, and then. So let's just see how this draws. Let's just see how this draws. This looks like a Nintendo early 90s game. Yeah, it does. Which mini box defines Sphere Karibo? Sphere Karibo's in a main box, my guy. But they also have a deal to just buy it. You can, it's basically $5 for Sphere Karibo and 5 packs in the most recent box. Speed Duel? Okay, wait, let me look at that. Alright. So let's do Duel Room. Oh, here we go. Speed. No, but just do solo. We want solo, right? Yeah, I can't do speed duels like by myself. All right. Oh, you know what? Let's dump Sphere Karibo because he doesn't really show combos. How's this? So we do summon attack. And then we can, let's mill. Okay, all right, that's just happened to be what we wanted to mill, but. So whatever, okay, wait, hold on. So, all right, I see. So then we can go to the grave. And then Dark Lord Contact is sent to the graveyard, and then what do we get? So let's discard Ixchel and discard Suburbia. Draw. And then you can discard 2 other Dark Lords, special summon this card from your hand. Okay. So then, and then we discard, I don't know, like to the graveyard and to the graveyard. And then we can activate, and then we're going to activate this from the hand. So we're going to special summon. Yeah, I think maybe more Nastin. Maybe more Nastin, actually. Let's get some more of that Nastin in there. Alright, so anyway, so special summon attack. So you have a nice big... And if we didn't have Uko back... well, you know what? Actually, we wouldn't do this one. We would do this one. Yeah. Alright. So that's like our simulated duel, and all of that plays around Xian. Xian has nothing to say about any of that. How do you feel when you beat a tier 0 deck? I mean, it depends on the deck that I'm using. If it's another tier 0 deck that I'm using, then I'm like, okay, I'm a good player. If it's a meme deck that I'm using, then I feel like an anime protagonist, which is much better. Next ban list, Dojo and Fuma, semi-limited or limited? Probably either Dojo or Fuma, semi-limited. Hello, Hadi. Waiting for duel... Yeah, okay, I mean, keep waiting then. You can sub the Trap Dark Lord Rebellion with Tribute to the Doomed. Actually. Okay. Solo, of course, didn't listen to Potatoes in the chat. Synchro Shokan. Hello, Dutch. This is what I thought Kaiba would do every season. What does Kaiba do every season? King's Constance may be one of the best battle traps, right? No, it's like one of the worst. Because everything negates it. Xian, Ancient Gears, Armades all negate that. How do you feel when you beat a tier 0? Oh no, we already did that. Lava Golem can still beat Dark Lords easy. That's why you use your player skill and you go second. James transcends Duel Links. YGO Pro may be easier. Well, this is what I have right now. So this is what we'll use for now. Are you gonna make a Neos Dark Lord deck? No, but all the Dark Lords are high level. Neos is a low level monster. Yeah, so the two main Dark Lord effects. So this is good. These questions are good. The two main Dark Lord effects are, I do think the coin flip should be replaced with rock, paper, scissors. Alright, so the two main Dark Lord effects are Dark Lord Desire. You can target one monster your opponent controls. This card loses exactly 1,000 attack, and if it does, send that target to the graveyard. That's great, right? And then Superbia is like special summons. And then the other one is you can pay 1,000 LP, target one Dark Lord spell trap in your GY, apply that target's effect, and shuffle that target into the deck. So it would be like Nastin, and then two, whatever, just to the back to the deck. To the back to the deck, and then... Oh, this is kind of fun. You can control all of it, and then shuffle. Alright, so that's what I'll do. Yeah, let's get some more Nastin up in here. Let's get nasty. Oh, here you can, oh, okay, you can change it here. I see. Deck constructor. Yeah, maybe we'll side deck. Let's get this out of here. Let's get... One thing, you know what? I mean, the Duel Links thing where you can cut the card and then immediately add it back. You know, where you have the whatever, the garbage bin down here, recycling bin. That's genius. That saves so much time. And then Alright, what do we think, chat? Second Tez for more protection. Well, I mean, this deck is... I'm just gonna like do a short little demo, like solo dueling. So, No, we're just using Google Chrome. We're not using Firefox. Dark Lord Nurse is under Marie. I'm going back for counterfire support, but Dark Lords look interesting. How many gems would you estimate one would have to spend to build that deck? So like let's say that you get all the cards you want in 70 packs, right? 70 packs, you get all the Dark Lord cards, and then you reset. Like, that's a generalization, but whatever. So 70 times 3 is 21. And to buy 210 packs, it's a little over 10,000 gems. A little over 10,000 gems for everything. Did I do that right? 210 star. Oh my god, there's dust on here. Yeah, 10,500 gems. Assuming you get everything in 70 packs, which doesn't always happen, and 2 box resets. So you get 70, reset, 70, reset, 70, you're done. When are we getting the upcoming updates notification? What do you mean? We're all... Oh, you mean... Oh, in 2 weeks, we'll have this event. And we'll... That's a good question. I don't know. $10.5. There you go. Thank you, Misaki. Does Desire's effect trigger Fire King Yaksha's effect? No, Yaksha is when it's destroyed. Desire is just send it to the graveyard. $4K for Dankbots. I'm sure it was a bargain. Too bad there's no trade-in in the game. Ah, but then Konami would make less money. One Umbra Mirage, easy to summon. Yeah, what is Umbra Mirage again? Oh, this? No. No. No, not that. Alright, whatever. We'll just do another Dark Lord, whatchamacallit. Because Umbra Mirage is exactly 5. Exactly 5. So, like, as often as not, you draw it and not be able to summon it, which is not great. It's not a good look, is what I'm saying. Maybe Dark Mambele. What is that? Oh, trade-in. Trade-in is a card. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about, like, the Hearthstone dusting system. No. So what we're doing now, Kuan David, is I'm getting feedback from the chat on my view of Dark Lords so that we can make a nice little video on them. James, what do you think is coming out besides Dark Lords? Oh, well, we know what's coming out, my guy. We're getting Dark Lords. We're getting good Evil Swarms, Steel Swarms. We're getting Parshath. We're getting a little bit of XX Sabers and Noble Knights. I feel like a hacker. I have my hand on my mouse on one thing, and then my other hand on the keyboard of my second laptop. Blue Eyes, you're right. We got one massive card for Blue Eyes. Did you see the new Odeon cards? I did. Dark Lord equals Fur Hires 2019. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because they're actually like the opposite of Fur Hires a little bit, right? Fur Hires have a bunch of small monsters and a couple big monsters, and all of them have unique effects. This has many big monsters, one small monster, and like if they have an effect, they only have this desire effect and then the pay the 1,000 life points effect. You should play the new hero. Oh yeah, there's hero cards. Oh my god. Heavy starter. Oh my god. Dark Lord sounds more expensive than for hires though. Actually, no. I mean, you have to. There's multiple super rares, but it's just all in the mini box. Box is missing Amazon's Village. I agree. This seems can beat 6 Sam. That's the I mean, that's what you have to. That's what you have to analyze for, right? That's what you have to be like. Okay, how does this deck do against the deck that I'm going to see all the time? In Duel Links, can you use the very special summon card for... Okay, whatever. What kind of food you eat? Cheap food. Food I make myself. Ooh. What kind of protection does Dark Lord have? I don't think they have protection. I think you just spam out a bunch of monsters and annihilate your opponent's board. That's what they do. So one thing I don't see with Dark Lords is any form of like back row removal. Right? There's nothing that deals with back row in any of these. I guess you're just supposed to constantly like get the monsters back. Valhalla. Alright. Once per turn, you special summon one fairy monster from your hand. You must control no... Oh, jeez. Good job. Yeah, that's kind of good, isn't it? Well, like... Yeah, so it doesn't work with this. Ixchel. I mean, maybe you just want like a free Nastin. Add some trickies to the deck so you can tribute for Dark Lord. Well, no. You don't tribute for Dark Lords. Yeah, you don't tribute for Dark Lords. You special summon them, and then you can, maybe you want to tribute for Desire. No advanced draw. No, we don't need level augmentation. Veil of Darkness. During your draw phase, if you draw a dark monster, you can reveal any number of them Send them to the GY, then you can draw one more card. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. I like that. Put that in the side deck. Allure. Okay, I need to. Alright, let's have a separate. Alright, so what did we say? Allure of Dark. I remember that card kind of like not being great, but. Beat down. Number 1. Number 2 is. Fairy's Smile. Dark Mambele. Alright, let me search that. Let me search that. And then Fairy Smile. But there was another one, wasn't there? Oh, Heavy Starter. But like that might give you... The thing with Heavy Starter is that might give you like these guys, which I don't think you want to start with them. But... Kaibacorp. Well, Kaibacorp Bling just in every deck, right? All right, let's search this. What's this Mambele? Is that the English? Do we have this? Dark Mem... yeah, I think we do. If you control 3 or more dark... No. Because this doesn't get us to our board, right? This takes advantage of the board. But this doesn't get us to the board. Okay, maybe we'll try it. Maybe we'll try it. All right. But it has to be face up. I don't know. I mean, yes, like, if you're going to use Dark Mambele in anything, you're right, we would use it in Dark Lords, I agree 100%. But would we use it at all? I'm not certain. Hello, Blescobar, welcome. Trunade. Well, just Trunade in everything. Alright, let's see, so, we might do a couple takes. If I can just explain the... Well, alright, first of all, like, what are we doing? So, yeah, Desire, Superbia, like, we're trying to get to these. We're trying to get to these. We get to them with Ixchel and Ukobak. Alright, so Ixchel, discard it and a Dark Lord, draw 2. You can pay 1,000 and target 1 Dark Lord spell trap, apply that target's effect. Oh, quick effect! Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So that's quick effect. This is quick effect. Yeah. Dark Spirit Art Greed. Trap. You draw 2 cards if pulled right. Xian and Nishi and dual wield. You don't have time to fill the board, and Weevil is a bad matchup. Why not? Nishi only activates once per turn, and if you manage to send it to the graveyard with Desire's effect, it's GG. What's the best starting hand for this deck? I'm trying to figure that. We don't have Valhalla? I feel like we did. No, Valhalla, this is like Tea's level up card, isn't it? Hold on. Wait, we have Duel Links, so we can just check that out. We can just check it out right now. Valhalla. Oh, we don't have it at all. Okay, never mind. Alright, so that's coming off. That's coming off. Right? Yeah, that's fine. Morningstar is better than Desire. I disagree. I disagree. And Konami also disagrees because Desire is a super rare and Morningstar is a rare. Ixchel and Superbia are the best start. So we have... So let's get Ixchel. Let's get Superbia. Ixchel, Superbia. Dump, dump. And then we draw into like Nastin and then Dark Lord Contact. Alright, so I have a question about Dark Lord Contact. If we activate it in the graveyard with the effect of the Dark Lord quick effect, do we get to do tons of them? Do we get to do a bunch? Morningstar swarms the board, thins the deck, and recovers life points. He's better in TCG, but too limited in DL right now. Yes. I think we do, right? Because you can only activate the card, but it doesn't say like anything about the effect. You can use the effect as much as you want. Dark Horde, Tribute to the Doomed, Ultimate P. Would this work with Sanctuary in the Sky? You mean no battle damage? Yes, but I don't see why you need it. Let's check the framing. Framing is good. Check the mic. Let's actually mute that Duel Links nonsense. And then let me just throw in Shein. Contact works with Dark Lord effect, and you can use it like a if you have two contacts, you can use both of them, right? I think so. I think so, because it doesn't say. Yeah. All right. So now now Yu-Gi-Oh makes more sense because, right? Because there's cards that say you cannot gain the effect of this card more than once per turn, but Dark Lord Contact does not say that. Okay. Yeah, so Ixchel, Superbia, and then you get a hold of Nastin and Contact, and then you have your full like beatdown board. And then nobody has Wall of D, and you attack over the thing, the Golem, the Ancient Gear Reactor Dragon. Dwarf Star Planet to search the level 7 Dark Lord. Which one is that? Naston? Yeah, maybe though. Possible. Possibly. Possible. Six Sam is slightly superior and Weevil's ready to strike. I feel Steel Swarm would be a good deck, especially if you have the Monarch Continuous Trap and traps from the new box. Okay, good thing I have those. Hello, Black Future. Look for Sanctum of Parshath. Ooh, that's in my Parshath deck. Alright, we're gonna film. We're gonna film, so hold on. Sanctum of Parshath. This card becomes Sanctuary in the Sky, Wall and Fields. Fairy monsters gain 300 attack and defense. Set spells and traps cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Alright, I don't like that. Not that it matters, actually, because Dark Lords don't have that. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters and or counter traps with different names in your GY. Paste them on top of your deck in any order. So it powers up your Dark Lords, but so does Beatdown. Like that's like the only benefit I see. I mean, and you can recycle, but it doesn't. It's not a Dark Lord like name, which is the downside. All right. Let's get started. Let's Sanctum protects your back row if you have any, and then you can True Nade theirs since it doesn't target. Well, like we don't have any back row. Like all of this is just getting dumped. All of this is just getting dumped. So you know what? Yeah, just True Nade. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's True Nade. Yeah. Probably, maybe. All right. Okay. How many spells and traps do Dark Lords have? They have 3, and one of them's not great. Sanctum of Parshath plus SSA plus Exodia equals Exodia. No, but it says set spells and traps. Set spells and traps. Cannot be targeted. Okay. Hello, this is James. We just had leaks early this morning, and now we have, as promised, the streaming card review, and we are beginning with what I believe everyone is most excited and confused by, Dark Lords. So Dark Lords are apparently a crazy powerful... Oh wait, hold on. I didn't cut the Duel Links music. I gotta cut the music because otherwise it makes it tough to edit. Stop it. Reset. Okay. Stop. Good. Hello, this is James. As promised, we have the card review, and we are beginning with Dark Lords, the archetype that everyone is most excited by and also most confused by, because these are completely new to Duel Links. If you are a Duel Links player, as I am, you have never heard of Dark Lords until like 12 hours ago. So it is both exciting and frightening, but I am here to guide you. So Dark Lords, what I have right in front of... So what we're going to do right now is in this video, we are going to talk about, I feel like, the most relevant, useful Dark Lords. That's the ones I have in this little mock-up deck. We're going to talk about the relevant skills that I feel like you could use and some side deck options that you might want to use, like to shorten the process of customizing and spicing up your very own Dark Lords deck. So to begin with, in this mock-up deck, I feel like these are the most useful Dark Lords. I'll also cover all the other ones that we're getting, but I don't want you to get confused by them. I want you to focus on these good boys right here. So first, Dark Lord Desire cannot be special summoned. Tribute to Fairy. Once per turn, you can target one monster your opponent controls. This card loses exactly 1,000 attack, and if it does, bypass Fuma's effect and send Shien to the graveyard. We have Dark Lord Ixchel, the waifu, the draw power. You can discard this card and one Dark Lord card, draw 2. Quick effect, you can pay 1,000 LP and target one Dark Lord spell trapped in your GY. Apply that target's effect, then shuffle that target into the deck. You can only use each effect of Dark Lord Ixchel once per turn. Nastin, you can discard 2 other Dark Lord cards, special summon. He also has the Dark Lord quick effect, pay 1,000, target a Dark Lord spell trap in a GY, apply that target's effect. Fun fact, since that card is in the graveyard, you're not activating it, you're just activating its effect. That means that Great Shogun, the legendary 6 Samurai Shien, cannot negate. He can only negate activations of spells and traps. He cannot negate their effects. So if you use Uko to dump Contact, you can play Contact from the graveyard, no problem, if you have Nastin or Ixchel on the field. Superbia is when this card is special summoned from the graveyard, you can target one fairy-type monster in your GY, except Dark Lord Superbia. Special summon that target, so he's extending your play. We have one Dark Lord Tezcatlipoca. If a Dark Lord monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can discard this card instead. And during the end of the player's turn, so he's just an extra Dark Lord name. And then yeah, he also has the Dark Lord quick effect. Target a Dark Lord spell trap in the graveyard, apply the target's effect, and shuffle that target in the deck, so you can't use it as much as you want. However, and Dark Lord Ukobak. If this card is normal or special summon, you can send one Dark Lord card from your deck to the graveyard. You can only use this effect of Dark Lord Ukobak once per turn. So he's kind of like, ideally, you have Ixchel. So your ideal hand is Ixchel and Superbia. All right, you activate Ixchel, discard it and Superbia, and you somehow get a hold of Nastin and Dark Lord Contact. You activate Nastin, discard Contact, and discard another one of your Dark Lords, and then you have Nastin on the field, and then you can activate his effect to activate Dark Lord Contact, get out Superbia, and then Superbia special summon Ixchel, and you have a full field of Dark Lords ready to go inside on your opponent, you know, and you've prepared the field with Hey Trunade that you've drawn into with Ixchel previously, and then one Sanctified Dark Lord. Send one Dark Lord monster from your hand or face upon the field to the graveyard. Negate the effects of one effect monster in the field until the end of the turn. If you do, gain LP equal to its attack. You can only activate one Sanctified Dark Lord per turn. Now again, with Contact, with Sanctified Dark Lord, with the Dark Lord quick effect, as many times as you have this card in your graveyard, you can activate it. Because these cards don't say, like, because there's cards that say you can only gain this effect once per turn. But these Dark Lord Contact, Sanctified Dark Lord do not say that. So, as many Dark Lord Contacts as you have, you can use Dark Lord Nastin. As many Dark Lord Sanctifieds as you have, you can use Sanctified Dark Lord. So let's move on to what I think are going to be the possible skills for Dark Lords. So obviously, if you have your Nastin, Ixchel, Superbia, big field, Beatdown. Beatdown's your boy. He's going to power you up over 6 Sams, over Ancient Gears. Actually, Dark Lords beat 6 Sams naturally, so if that's mostly what you're seeing, you don't even need the beatdown. But if you are encountering the Ancient Gears, you can beat them at their own beatdown game with a board full of gigantic, unbeatable fallen angels. So that's very scary. Another good one is Fairy's Smile. So Fairy's Smile lets you, because these are all fairies, right? So every time you draw one of them, that's plus 1,000 LP, and that helps let you pay for the Dark Lord effects. You can also use Heavy Starter and Allure of Darkness. If you draw a dark, you can banish a dark and then get a draw 2 or something like that. And then Heavy Starter lets you make sure that you start with your high level, because you at least want to try and get Superbia, Ixchel, Nastin. You want to get a hold of those in your hand. So on the note of Heavy Starter, so here's my reasoning behind all the numbers of these cards that I have in the deck. So we have 2 Dark Lord Desire and 2 Superbia, because these are good play extending monsters, but they are bricks, right? You need Ixchel, you need Nastin in order to play Desire or Superbia, so that's why we're running those 2 at 2, and then we're running Ixchel and Nastin at 3 because they're making the plays for you. And then Uko is not ideal, but if you don't have Ixchel, if you don't have Nastin, you will have Uko. Okay, if you open up, you should open up at least one of these 9 cards in 4 cards. So if you have Uko, you can throw a Dark Lord Contact and then prepare for a Nastin or something like that. So let's move on to our side deck section. So here I'm going to briefly go over the other Dark Lord monsters, but I don't want you to focus too much on these because I don't think, I think that this, potentially, you could get Dark Lords, get all your super rares, of course. Get all of your super rares, make this deck, and play it with the beatdown skill, and you could have a good time. The other Dark Lords, I feel like they can be ignored. So, Dark Lord Morningstar cannot be special summoned. If this is tribute summon, you can special summon Dark Lord monsters from your hand or deck up to the number. So basically you have to have 2 tributes for Dark Lord Morningstar. And then he can flood the field, but he is like an Omega brick. He is such a big brick that I feel like you just don't want to play him at all. Like if we're tributing, let's tribute for Dark Lord Desire, who has a removal effect. Not for Dark Lord Morningstar that needs 2 tributes. Dark Lord Amdusk is like a cheap version of Dark Lord Ixchel. So you discard his card and 1 Dark Lord card. Target 1 Dark Lord card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So it's recycling, and it has the Dark Lord quick effect. And and then there's a restriction on special summoning. So I wouldn't really worry about Amdusk unless you're not able to get all of your Ixchels. Dark Lord Ede Array. If this card is special summoned from the graveyard, it gains this effect. It does Pierce. That's terrible. And then a Dark Lord that we already have, Dark Lord Marie. So this is not in the mini box, but once returned during your standby phase, you can gain 200 LP. This card must be in the graveyard to activate and resolve this effect. So when I saw this card, I was thinking, oh, maybe Arrow Mages. But I think in a pure Dark Lord build, you're not actually going to include this card. And then the final Dark Lord, again, all of these, I would just, use them if you have to, but if you don't have to, they're very forgettable. Dark Lord Descent. Pay half your LP. Special summon up to 2 Dark Lord monsters from your graveyard in defense position with the same level as 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. So, what is this? Best case scenario, that's like a, either think of Shien or Reactor Dragon. So either 5 or 8. And this is like 1, I think this is like 10. This is also 10. This is 7. The Dark Lords don't quite line up with Dark Lord Descent. And then finally, let's look at some extra deck cards, some side deck cards that maybe you want to take out Hatronade, maybe you want to take out Sanctified Dark Lord in order to play. So the first one is Sphere Karibo. Dark Lords are like a balls deep. They're like Dark Worlds, really. Are like a balls deep deck type. Sphere Karibo lets you save up your cards until you draw into what you want. We have Dwarf Star Dragon Planter, so this boy can block. And then during the end phase, you can search your Nastin. So that actually might be a good free-to-play replacement for Dark Lord Ixchel. Duke Shade, the Sinister Shadow Lord. Ignore his first effect. You don't want to give up your Dark Lords for Duke Shade. But if this card is normal or special, you can target 1 level 5 or higher Dark monster in your GY, add it to your hand. So actually, you can use this to recycle like your Nastin or your Ixchel. So that might be good, but obviously The best cards are going to be the box ultra rare. So Dark World Dealings, draw a card, discard a card. Obviously great in Dark Worlds. Veil of Darkness, during your draw phase, if you draw a dark monster, you can reveal any number of them, send them to the GY, then you can draw one more card. Awesome. And then I feel like a very niche card, Dark Mambele. If you control 3 or more dark monsters, target one face-up card in the field, banish that target. So, my response to this card is yes, if you're going to use Dark Mambele in anything, you would use it in Dark Lords, but this is a win more card. And Dark Lord Desire, I believe, gives you sufficient removal. So, I hope that you have enjoyed this preview of Dark Lords. Again, I feel like this is something you can just build right out of the box. Thank you for watching. Good night. Please, see, I'm so stuck on please enjoy the clips. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. All right, but let's also look at some gameplay. Okay, can we do anything with this? All right, so here we are with some gameplay. I shuffled back the cards, so we're only going to use the 3 monster zones, and we're going to start with 4 cards. We have 2 Desires, 2 Bricks. We have a Nastin, and we have an Ixchel. So let's see what we can get with those. So let's send Ixchel to the graveyard, and then we're going to send... we're going to discard Desire. Very good. And then let's draw 2. Draw 2. Okay, here's Dark Lord, Contact, and then actually I want to send Dark Lord Ixchel to the graveyard, send Contact to the graveyard, and then let's get another draw and another draw. Okay, so that's all right. So no. Maybe 3 of the other card, but anyway, we can do we can special summon Nastin in attack if we discard 2 other Dark Lord cards. So let's send Sanctified, and then let's actually send let's send this Hand Trap to the graveyard. So now our Nastin is all nice and special summon. And then we're gonna activate Nastin. We're gonna send Dark Lord Contact back to the deck, and then that's gonna let us special summon. Yeah, let's special summon Desire in the attacking position, and there we have. And then let's shuffle our deck, and here we have a very strong board. All right, let's reset our deck. All right, so we have this, we have... Well, just give me the one I want. Just give me the one that I want. So let's add this to the hand. And then... yeah, send this to the top of the deck. And then send this to the top of the deck. And then shuffle. Okay, here we are, take 2 with Dark Lords. We have our perfect ideal hand thanks to Duel Book solo mode. So let's do. So here we have the combo all ready for us. But let's do it. Let's do Ixchel. Let's send Ixchel to the graveyard. Let's send Superbia to the graveyard. Let's get our draw 2, draw a Nastin, draw a Hatrunade. Hey, that's nice. All right. So then let's special summon Nastin in attack position. All right, and then that requires us to send Contact and send Nastin to the graveyard. All right, perfect. And then Nastin, we're going to pay 1,000 LP. We're going to send Dark Lord Contact back to the deck. Very good. And then that lets us special summon Superbia in the attacking position. Obviously, we prep with the Hatronade first. And then Superbia lets us special summon Ixchel in the attacking position. And we activate Beatdown, and we crush the Ancient Gears. So, I hope that you have enjoyed this preview of Dark Worlds and their potential. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching. Oh. Alright, how was that, chat? How was that? Did you post a Synchro Auto Duel deck? You know what? I couldn't get one. I couldn't work it out. Because I tried to do one with Rose Hips and Junk Synchron. But the AI doesn't synchro Shokan. It'll get the tuner, it'll get the non-tuner on the field. They'll both have lower attacks, so naturally it should special summon a big monster from the extra deck, but it just doesn't. I don't know why it doesn't do that. Dark Lord, not Dark. Did I say Dark Worlds? All right, I'll fix it in editing. Desire cannot be special summoned, and Ixchel is once per turn. All right, I'll cut the second. I'll cut the first video. Thank you. I'll cut the first duel. Thank you, Adam Zarif. Oh, what'd I miss? Shame there's no allure or lair. Situational. Dark Lords equal Dark Draw. Dark Lord video. Dark Lords are just dank memes for now. Fallen Angels, yes. Is gonna deck test. Yes, we just did it. They're all demon names. They're all like... Well, I don't know about Nastin, but Ixchel and... Okay, maybe not Superbia, but like Ixchel and Texapi, whatever. Those are like Mesoamerican god names. Blasphemy deck. You can only draw once. Oh, yeah, so we're gonna cut the first duel. Hard once per turn. Shuffle that target in the deck. Yep, you're right. You're exactly right. Thank you, chat. Oh. Cannot be special summoned. Mausoleum of the Emperor. Oh, and one more. Yeah, so even if... So with this combo... Okay, maybe let's just do a little quick little addendum. So, assuming that Shien negates your Hatronade that, again, you play before you make this whole play, this ideal combo, Nastin into Superbia into Ixchel, plays around Dual Wield, because all you have is the one Nastin on the field, and then you special summon Superbia. They pop the Dual Wield on Nastin and Superbia, but then Superbia is still able to get out Ixchel, and then Ixchel can beat down over the Shien, or Ixchel can activate and get the Dark Lord trap out. Activate, quick effect, activate, negate, a Shien, negate an Inishi. All kinds of good things. Yeah. Okay. Oh, man. Tizcatli Polka, the hand trap. Missed timing. Wait, who misses timing? Wait, what's missing timing? Wait, okay, so where did I screw up? So the first duel we have to throw out, because we can't do Ixchel twice, and we can't special summon Desire. So that's obviously terrible. So maybe 3 Superbia, 1 Desire. 3 Superbia, 1 Desire. I mean, look, I'm not trying to say that they're going to beat 6 Sams 100%, but that's just a way that you can overcome the 6 Samurai board. Hello, Luca Colucci. Is this going to work versus Weevil Burn? We have Hatronade. The Dark Lords have been used as an engine in the TCG, so maybe you could combine them with some other archetype. Possible, but that's beyond the scope of just like a little intro video. Wait, so what's missing timing? Am I missing timing? When this card is special summoned from the graveyard. Oh, you're right. You're right. No. No, you don't. No, because you don't have. Yeah, okay, so it could miss timing if you chain the quick effect to something. So if you do Nastin. Yeah, all right, hold on. Let's re-record the addendum. Thank you, chat. So obviously you prepare the field with Hatronade ahead of time, and then this little combo plays around the dual wield. So you have Nastin. So all you have is the 1 Nastin. Assuming Shia negates the Hatronade, this little combo plays around the dual wield. So Nastin, all you have is the 1 Nastin. Then you activate his quick effect. Again, now, you can't chain the quick effect to something and get Superbia's effect. Because Superbia says when, if you have Nastin out, the opponent activates Canadia, Nastin, quick effect, gets Superbia, you'll just get Superbia. Maybe you want to do that. But just so you know, if you panic activate the Nastin quick effect for Superbia, Superbia cannot special summon another Dark Lord. However, assuming that you're not doing that, Nastin special summons Superbia, then the opponent activates Dual Wield, sends Nastin, sends Superbia, but Superbia is still happening at Chainlink 1, and so you can have an Ixchel for your trouble. And isn't she just the best waifu? Isn't she just the best waifu? Okay. Oh man, this is hard work. Nothing misses timing. No, when misses time. So it's situational. Did I cover? I think I did it right. What Yu-Gi-Oh game is that on the PC? It's Dueling Book. Dueling Book. Yeah. Counter Fairies after this. Hold on, let me, okay. Whew. Yeah, I'm sorry, like, cause I wanted to get the stream up earlier and also have everything prepared, but I also, like, I was up till like 6 yesterday. Oh, today I guess. So I woke up like really late. When can miss timing? No, that's good. That makes the video better, cause then I include the information about Canadia. That's good. That's good. Hello, Stephen Freshy. Goodbye, Brendan. Alright, yeah, that'll be good. That'll be a good video. Hello, Mega Milk. Thank you, Stephen Freshy. All right, let's do. Yeah, I think I like this thing where I just have it because it's easier to because talking about the cards in isolation when you're just like I like this card is this and this and this, and if you don't have the deep knowledge of the context already, like you can easily say something stupid. But here, I'm not able to do that except when I make illegal plays in solo mode. Thank you for calling me out on that, by the way. All right, so let's do Parshats. Let's do Parshats. All right, so what can we know about Parshats right here? What do you think about the new Noble Knights? I feel like they don't have. I feel like it's just preparing for Xyz summoning. I feel like that's mostly what Noble Knights are doing. Oh my god. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to my own video. I'm gonna go to my own video because all of the. I feel like this. I feel like the sorting by. Wait, but you know, were the leaks even right though? Were the leaks that I reported on, were those even correct? What do you think about trap wire and counter fairies? Oh yeah, we're getting trap wires in SR, by the way. Oh, you mean wiretap? You mean wiretap, right? I assume. All right, so what do we? How do we feel about side deck for counter fairies? So our counter fairies cards, I don't think I missed any. We're getting Sacred Arch Air Knight. We're getting Power Angel. We're getting Minerva. This is not a counter fairy, but it is a counter trap. We're getting these two Parshat cards, and that's it, right? That's it. Okay. We don't have wiretap in DL. No, but according to the leaks, it's a super rare. Where is it? Here it is. Wiretap. So DKID has put his credibility on the line that wiretap is in there. Yeah, Parshath. I guess let's do L Swarms. I think that's the next one I want to do is L Swarms. Because I feel like, you know, in my leaks video, like I covered the one Blue Eyes thing, which is Whitestone of the Ancients. So yeah, L Swarms and Heroes. L Swarms and Heroes. That's what I would like to do next. All right, so skills and side decks for counter fairies. What do you got? All right, so first of all, I think that's all the Parshath cards. Van Dalgen. Volantis. No, because I spell it wrong. Because I say it wrong. It's not Volantis, it's Voltanis, which I feel is a worse name. Fairy Smile. Yeah, this is Fairy Smile time, isn't it? Sealed Tombs. Sealed Tombs and everything, though. Selade Tombs. I don't see Necrogardna on the site. Did they remove it from the leaks? You know what? Maybe that was a bad leak. Maybe that was bad intel. It's possible because because I jumped on the leak. I did the jumped on and did the leak video like as soon as it was available. But I think that the leaks were like they had some bad information in them. Because Necrogardna really should be a super rare. But yeah, it's not in here at all. Dud, Gearstag, Sanctified, Rebirth, Sanctum, Dark Lord, Noble, Random, Equip Spell, Dark Lord, Mystic Clowns, Steel Swarm. What's this? Is activated targets. Oh yeah. That was the other thing. Was yeah, they had these cards that just I forget what they're called, but they just roundly negate light monsters and dark monsters, and I don't see those at all. Those are supposed to be super rares, and they're yeah. So I feel like they had some things to sort out with it. You know what? And these might not even be perfectly accurate. Like, so if the leaks are suspect, maybe wiretap, maybe that wasn't data mined properly, right? I don't know. Because wiretap is, we know that as being exclusive to Trudge Legendary Duelist. Why are those cards not there? Well, okay, I just explained that. Necrogardna, Toon, AGG, and some others are not in the mini. Did you ever use the Ancient Gear Awakening deck? Wait. You mean the Ancient Gear Structure deck? Yeah, I used Ancient Gear Structure deck tons. Shadow Imprisoning Mirror and Light Imprisoning Mirror. Yeah, so those I completely ignored them when the leaks came. So we had to distinguish. So there's what we have now. So I guess these are the finalized leaks. And then what I showed in that video, which was not optimized, which was actually not the video. Yeah, maybe I should change the title for that. But anyway, well, no, but what I talked about in the video is basically what's in the box. Yeah, so that's fine. The video can stay. It's just that there were some cards that, yeah, but there's no Toon, there's no Catapult, there's no Toon, Ancient Gear, whatever. So anyway, so there's the old leaks that I guess had a lot of bad information in them. So it had like Necrogardna, Toon, whatever, Catapult Dragon, all that kind of crap. The Banishing Mirrors, the Shadow Mirror and the Light Mirror, it had those. And then now this is finalized, I guess. So I guess we're getting Ryoko and Wiretap. But so, again, now, this might be fine. But since we're getting these two, like, busted cards, I feel like, you know, maybe it's not right. But, you know, I think that they would have double-checked that. Like, DK would definitely say, hey, double check this. Are we actually getting Wiretap and Ryoko? Because it was messed up before. So I feel like that's to the best of, you know, their ability. Ugh. More love to the Wadaifus. Yes. Voltanis has the Volt in its name, electricity. Yeah, but see, that's stupid. Why does it have Volt in its name? Oh, because of God's avenging thunder? Okay, maybe. I get very stuck on the sounds of words, and I like the sound of Volantis. All right, I don't want the T to be there. I want to move the T to Volantis. Wait, how do you move the T? Yeah, I want to move the T to Volantis. Volantis. That's a better name. They should name it that. What's up with the random Lightsworn? I mean, that's just the Konami playbook. Spread it out. Ties of the Brethren. Ties of the Brethren. Let's just fill up our notepad a little bit. hell is this called? What is this called? Sealed Tombs. What's Odeon's thing called? Oh, this is balance. Yeah, this build is balance. That's right. Oh, yeah, Dark Bribe. Just all of the... Do we actually like Dark Bribe? Is Dark Bribe actually a good boy? Dual Standby. Yeah, actually, Dual Standby. Well, no, but what strategy is so good that it's worth giving your opponent an extra card? Like, you would negate the card, and then, well, you negate the card and then you get your stuff. So, you know what? You're right. You're right. If you have game, Dark Bribe is God tier. Yeah, I mean, if you have game, though, right? Dark Bribe shouldn't hurt you too much if you have a counter fairy on board. Yeah, I guess you get the value back. Like, if you have... Isn't there one that destroys stuff? Yeah, Meltiel. Alright, so for this one, I don't think I'm going to do simulated duels because it's counter, like, just counter everything. Just counter whatever. So now, I read something, well no, I didn't read it. DK was talking about you, because you can discard, let's actually read these new Parshath cards. No protection cards. I mean, these are just hypothetical builds. You can just use whatever you want. You can just make it as crazy as you want. Solemn. Which one do we have? Man, there's a lot of these. Do they overlap? One, oh no, this is Aesir monsters. Monster will be summoned or a spell trap is active. So this is Judgment. What we have is Scolding, which is like a crappy version of Judgment, right? Wall of Daddy. Well, okay. Yes, yes. If I don't get yellow chicken while living up Luna, I'm skipping this box. What is yellow chicken? 3 copies of Vandalgan is a must for counter decks. But we only have 1 at the moment. They should give us Solemn Warning. I've never really dived into top tier decks. The only top tier deck I invested in was Ancient Gears, SSA, because it was top tier Masked Heroes. Warning would break this game hard. You mean getting the other Solemn cards? Yeah, probably. All right, let's read these. So, if you negate the activation of a spell, a trap card, or monster, add 1 light fairy from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect if Power Angel Valkyria once per turn. Okay. If you activate a counter trap card, or if you negate the activation of a spell, trap card, or monster effect, you can banish 2 other fairies from your hand, field, or GY. Special summon this card from the GY. So actually, you know what? This is... I feel like this can be improved. So anyway, you can banish 2 other fairies from your hand, field, or GY. Special summon this card from the GY. If it was there when you activated / negated... Or, wait, what? If it was there when you activated / negated or hand, even if not. So I think basically what that means is you can discard this for Ultimate Providence and still use it. Wait. I think. If it was there when you activated negated, so you... Maybe not. I don't know, because DK got a little bit into counter fairies. And basically he said you can discard this for Ultimate P and still get the effect. But I think that actually that's not the case. Because it says if it was there when you activate. So it's in the hand, you activate Ultimate P, and then you discard Parshath, and therefore you can't double dip like that. I'm not sure though. If this card attacks defense position monster, blah blah blah. Wait, what? Yeah. So it has to be if you're gonna special summon it from the GY, it has to be there when you activate Ultimate Providence. Anyway, if this card attacks, it does pierce. When it does battle damage, you can add 1 Parshath card or 1 counter trap from your deck to your hand. But wait, wasn't there something that... Oh, no, I think that's Sanctum. Alright, so that's just kind of... He's just kind of a beater, basically. Like, he's... You discard these things, and then you can get out this beater monster. And get a +1. So that's kind of neat. But not too crazy. So that's why you run him at 1. This gives you food for this. This and this are like staples. Zeradius for Sanctuary, self-explanatory. Sanctum of Parshath. This card's name becomes a Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field or in the GY. Fairy monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Set spells and Alright, so that's great. Once returning, you target a total of 3 fairy monsters or counter traps with different names in your GY. Place them on top of your deck in any order. Alright, so you never deck out. And you can it's like a built-in endless trap hell. So maybe you don't need that skill. Cards from the Sky lets you banish. So Cards from the Sky is actually good in counter fairies, because counter fairies you're just waiting for your opponent to do stuff. So giving up your battle phase is not a big deal. Ultimate P and Divine P. Alright. So Scold, Dark Bribe, Ties, Volantis, Vandalgan, and then this is Rebirth of Parshath. When a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, reveal a counter trap in your hand and discard 1 card and pay 1,000 LP. Negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card into the deck. Holy God. Then you can special summon 1 Parshath monster from your deck or extra deck. And we have that. We have Avenging Knight Parshath. Once returned, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Change the target's battle position. This card attacks defense position monsters. Okay, so it's not crazy, but it is a free monster. It's a free piercing boy. Magic Drain. What are we working on? We're working on counter fairies. The Synchro Parshath. Got him. Thank you, Lewis House. Posted on the Discord. Link in the description. I have been using level reduction plus Court of Justice fairies, so these cards are welcome in my deck. I don't think Cards from the Sky is necessary. I also don't think that it's necessary, but I think it lets you fix your hand. So like if you have a bunch of Zeratius in your hand, you can get rid of them with Cards from the Sky. Discard and still summon, but I don't think that's actually true. I don't think that's actually the case. So let's just get a bunch of Meltiels. That's actually what let's move Artemis to the side deck. Maybe 2 Meltiel? Sanctum. Yeah, let's... okay, just get this out of here. I feel like just go heavy on this Rebirth, right? That's really good. Dark Knight. Yeah, so I think you just want to you want to spam out the Parshaths like as much as possible with this. So I have one of you, one of this, 3 of these, one of that. I think that looks pretty good. That looks pretty nice. And then let's get rid of... How many Sanctum of Parshath do we need? Because I want... Oh yeah, I want Wiretap. That's what I want. Give me Wiretap. And then we need to make room for Wall of D. So let's cut... Maybe let's cut this. What do you think, chat? Test hands. Hey James, you can use Pot of Greed for protection. Oh, POTG. It'll force the opponent to activate the effects you can negate. POTG or Wall of D. POTG or Wall of D. Check Magic Drain. Yeah. They can discard a spell and negate the card's effect, otherwise negate the act. But I feel like this isn't actually good for counter fairies. Because it gives the opponent the option to not resolve Magic Drain. So I'll actually talk about that. It gives the opponent the option to not resolve the counter trap, and then your counter fairies can't do their thing. Right? James, do you think Dark Lords with Fairy Smile is good? I think that Beatdown is better. Like, you're not... Vandalgan is a win more card. A little bit. A little bit. Well, you want this to be more clean? Okay, well, we can do something like... We can just get more Meltiels then. Let's just get... Well, D... Maybe cut one? Cut one Parshath? Alright, that's fine. What do we think, chat? Hello, Deddy. Hello, Jimmy Wong. How about Malfunction? Malfunction. Pay 500 LP, negate the activation of a trap card, and return it to its original position. As like free-to-play wiretap, maybe. Free-to-play wiretap. I mean, any counter traps, really. Divine Wrath. You mean Divine Punishment? Oh, Divine Wrath. No, but we have Divine Punishment. We have Divine Punishment. Mirror Wall or Drowning? Yeah, that's Wall of D. One Artemis. This is just for discussion purposes. What Yu-Gi-Oh program are you using right now? It's called Dueling Book. Cut one spell. Again, this is just for discussion. Okay. Actually, I actually don't want that in the main deck. Is that? Yeah, I don't want that in the main deck. Um. Yeah. Yeah. Why not use debunk or heartless drop off? Oh, debunk. That's a good one. What does this do? Face up card in field or in a GY is added to your opponent's hand by an effect. I don't know when this would ever actually happen. Face off. Face off is not a counter trap. Wait, is face off a counter trap? Hold on. Face. Face off. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated during the damage step, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So, I mean, you could, wait, do we even have this in Duel Links, though? We do! Oh, wow. And this is a very important Six Samurai story card. So how do you interpret this, chat? Because this is... What is this? Yeah, this is Great Shogun Shien. He's being attacked by the Xyz monster. And then Hand of the Six... Like, this is their plan. Hand of the Six is... Like, he distracts and Hand of the Six stabs him in the back. But then Shien uses some kind of magic. Like, because him and her have the same head symbol. He uses some kind of magic to make her not do that. But maybe it's enough to distract him. That's how I read this card. Alright, no more side decking. Unless... I feel like that's pretty good side deck. Big Six Samurai Man getting limited to 1 by Konami. You mean in the TCG? I also feel that's too situational. But, you know, like, if we get damage step cards, like Mirror Wall, if that starts happening, Face Off is a good thing to have. Why do you play Sanctuary in the Sky if the continuous spell treats itself like Sanctuary in the Sky? Good, thank you. Because this is searchable with Zeratius. So if you have all these Zeratius, you can turn it into Sanctuary in the Sky, and you can get going with Divine Punishment. Sanctum of Parshath is not. That's the reason. Dark Volantis can destroy one card on the field. Chivalry. Is that a card that we have in Duel Links? Oh, yeah, we definitely have this card. Activate only during the battle phase when the effect of an opponent's effect monster is activated. Negate the activation and destroy that card. We got that with... Like, we have that covered. Like, that's better because it doesn't require stuff to be on the field. But we have that covered. Actually, maybe we want... Actually, let's get... If we're going to have Artemis, let's just have Minerva. Oh, wait, did I mess that up? No, wait, okay. Oh, that's what happened. All right, let's put you back. Yeah, let's just do that. I wish they put the new Cloudians card in this box. Why? Claudine? Oh, you mean Cloudian? It's like French Cloudian. Alright. Alright, so this is pump up the fairies, make them more of a threat, and you can recycle. This is general and purpose negation. This is like crazy nuts pants. Especially get a free Parshath monster. Yeah, so actually the only Parshath that I feel like it sucks is the only Parshath that I feel like it sucks is this the only new Parshath the only new Parshath card that sucks is this one actually. Yeah. Memory loss. Okay, all right. Let's do memory loss. Oh, I need to use the bathroom. Memory loss is not a counter trap. Thanks, chat. Thank you. All right. Hello, this is James, and in this video we are reviewing the new Parshath counter fairy support that we are getting in Lords of Shining. Now the purpose of this video is to narrow your field of view when you're building your deck with new cards from the new main box. We have tons and tons of cards in Duel Links now, and it can be very confusing, so this is going to just give you some options like day one. Here's 20 cards if you want to build counter fairies. Here's a potential deck, and here's some cards. Here's some extra side deck cards that you can maybe use to spice up, and also some options for skills, in addition to just enjoying... No. Okay. I just got like a really... So this laptop I haven't used in a while. I just got like a really aggressive update notification. It said, let's cross one thing off. Let's cross this one. Yeah. Let's cross this one off of your list. Windows is a service and needs to be updated regularly to stay functioning. Like, let's schedule a time that is like, whoa. Usually the update messages are just like, hey, do you want to update now? No? Okay, cool. I'll bother you tomorrow about it. That was like a stern dad that caught you stealing. That's what that felt like. Hello, this is James, and today we're talking about the new Parshath counter fairy support that is coming in Lords of the Shining. In this video, we're going to talk about a potential deck list that you can just build as soon as you get your Lords of the Shining new cards. We're going to talk about some skills, some side decks. Basically, the purpose of these videos is to make it much easier for you. Like, you don't have to experiment and mess around and search for a bunch of things. Here's something that you can try as soon as you get your Lords of the Shining box. You know, it's not meta tested, obviously. It's just something that'll let you begin to build counter fairies, and then you can do what you want. We have a potential deck list. We have side deck options. We have skills. We have all kinds of things, and we're going to talk about all of the new Parshath cards, beginning with in this deck, we have old counter fairies, we have new counter fairies. I will talk about the new counter fairies cards that I am most interested in, and then later we'll talk about the ones that I'm not as interested in. But I don't want you to get confused with those ones. So we're just going to start with the ones that I've included in the prototype deck. So we have Minerva, Scholar of the Sky. Each time a counter trap card is activated immediately after it resolves, this card gains 500 attack, and if it does, and Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, add one counter trap with a different name from your GY to your hand. So this lets you... It's basically like Bountiful Artemis, but the extra 500 attack makes Minerva more of a threat, which counter fairies sorely need. Because the way when we first had counter fairies, the way everyone just played around them was you just didn't activate anything. And then you have a 1600 attack point Meltiel. Well, I have a 1700 attack point, or 1800 attack point Dristan. I just attack over Meltiel and destroy it, and you can't activate anything because I haven't activated anything. So with Minerva gaining the attack points, making them more of a threat, that's like because that's the secondary condition. That's the secondary condition of counter fairies, right? You have to worry about forcing your opponent to activate if they just decide not to activate. Power Angel Valkyria, also coming from Lord of the Shining. If you negate the activation of a spell, trap card, or monster effect, add one light fairy monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. So the Power Angel lets you fix your hands, and these are fine, but the real special sauce of counter fairies is coming in the back row. So we are getting Sanctum of Parshath. This card's name becomes Sanctuary in the Sky while on the field or in the GY. So you don't necessarily have to have Sanctuary in the Sky for Minerva, for Divine P. You can just have Sanctum of the Parshath. Fairy monsters on the field gain 300 attack and defense. Set spells and traps cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. So no Cosmic Cyclone and no XX Saber Hunley board clear. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters or counter traps with different names in your GY. Place them on top of your deck in any order. So that lets you recycle, and you're not placing them in your deck and shuffling. You get to put exactly what you want on top of your deck. That's very nice, too. We're also getting Rebirth of Parshath. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, reveal one counter trap in your hand, then discard one card. Pay 1,000 LP, negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card in the deck. Then you can special summon one Parshath monster from your deck or extra deck. So that Shien does not go to the graveyard to become materials for an Inishi. Return back to the hand. That the Vampire's card doesn't become vampire stuff. It gets shuffled back into the deck. That's like the strongest removal ever. And actually, let's touch on the one counter fairy Parshath card I didn't include, which is Sacred Arch Air Knight Parshath. So maybe you could get this off of Rebirth of Parshath, but this guy's kind of a brick. Like, if you're not getting him off of Rebirth of Parshath, you have to do a counter trap and then banish 2 other fairy monsters from your hand, field, or graveyard. So he's kind of a pain in the neck to get together. So I feel like what you want to be special summoning for free off of your Rebirth of Parshath is Avenging Knight Parshath. So I think this is a UR ticket. Once per turn, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Change that target's battle position. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. So he doesn't get the draw or search effects of the other Parshath monsters, but since he's in the extra deck, he's not taking up slots and he's not eating up your consistency. So for this prototype deck, I would use these cards and an extra deck, Avenging Knight Parshath. And then also a new card is going to be Wiretap. When a trap card is activated, negate the activation, and if you do, shuffle that card back into your deck. This is a super rare out of the new box, but it's a really good counter trap, so it has a natural home in counter fairies. Now let's go through and talk about the rest of our deck. So we have Meltiel, and we have Zeratius. So these are from Teia. If you don't have Meltiel, so Zeratius. So the reason that we have both Sanctuary in the Sky and Sanctum of Parshath is because Sanctuary in the Sky is searchable. You have these Zeratius. These have 2,100 attack points. These can force your opponent to activate things that let you activate your counter traps, get your counter fairies effects, and then also you can discard them to search for Sanctuary in the Sky. Sanctum of Parshath is not searchable. That's why we have both. For our old monsters, Meltiel, Zeratius searches. Meltiel, each time a counter track is activated, immediately after it resolves, gain 1,000 LP, and if you do, the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, destroy one card your opponent controls. Meltiel is giving good removal, but we're only running her at 2 because she's pretty weak. Like, 1,600 attack points is not forcing anybody to activate anything. Divine P, also from the Superb Teia event. When a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated while Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So, this is just really good. Counter fairies effect, negate basically anything that you want. And then we're also doing, you could do Wall of Disruption. You could also do Power of the Guardians. You could do Wall of Disruption. You could do Power of the Guardians. You could do Mirror Wall. Just anything that's forcing your opponent to, that's making them activate stuff. that then lets you activate the counter traps. You need a little bit of that in your deck in order to be able to make the big plays off of your counter traps. Now, for our side deck, we have our Parshath monsters. Any of these can be special summoned off of Rebirth of Parshath, but I think that Avenging Knight of Parshath in the extra deck is good for consistency purposes. We have Bountiful Artemis. If you don't have Meltiel, you can use Bountiful Artemis, but I feel like Minerva is an upgraded version. And then our big boys, we have Vandalgian and I want to say Volantis, but it's Voltanis. When you activate a counter trap, you can special summon them and you can destroy things depending on what you activated. These are really good. Maybe run them at 1, but they do eat into your consistency. Like if you top deck these and your opponent is not activating anything, you're going to be unhappy. Cards from the sky. I feel like you actually don't really need cards from the sky, but it's I want to talk about it. So banish 1 light fairy monster in your hand, and if you do, draw 2 cards. You cannot special summon or conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this card. So maybe you want that extra draw power in your counter fairies. But the reason I want to talk about this is a card that James would just read and say, oh, this is terrible, don't play this. Because you can't special summon and you give up your battle phase. Well, counter fairies are not special summoning on your turn. And also, you don't really want to do battle phase unless you have a clear attack, right? So what you want to do, you do cards from the sky, you normal summon, you draw into counter traps, and then you just wait. So that's why cards from the sky works in counter fairies, and you may or may not choose to run it. Power Ties of the Brethren. Get out your level 4 boys, get your Meltiel, and then you can get Minerva, Power Angel, Valkyria. Very nice. And then you can also just side deck any counter trap that you care to add. So Dark Bribe, when your opponent activates a spell trap card, your opponent draws 1 card, also negate the spell trap activation. If you do, destroy it. So this gives your opponent an extra card, but that's fine. That's just more stuff for you to negate. Debunk, when a monster effect is activated in the hand or GY, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And if you do, banish it for you, Bell. Face Off, when a spell trap card or monster effect is activated during the damage step, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So this is for desk bots and also for mirror walls. I don't really think that you would run Face Off over something like Wiretap or Divine Punishment, but it's a good option. Magic Drain is actually a card that I don't want you to pick. Now, this is not a problem for most people because they don't have this ultra rare that's really, really old. But when an opponent activates a spell card, they can discard a spell card and negate this card's effect. So even though this is a counter trap, your opponent has the option to not resolve it, and that's not what we want to do with counter fairies. With counter fairies, we need the counter trap to resolve, and then we can get the counter fairy, extra juju. We can also do Solemn Scolding, really expensive, really good, and Ultimate Providence, also expensive, also good. Finally, I want to talk about some good skills. Not with this deck, but possibly with other decks. You could use the balance skill if you added more spells. But you know what? I really want to have all the extra counter traps for Rebirth of Parshath. I want to get that free Avenging Knight Parshath. I think that's really strong. Dual Standby. Dual Standby, actually similar to what I said about Dark Bribe. So with Dual Standby, you get an extra card, your opponent gets an extra card, but that's just more things for you to negate. And then the counter fairies make that efficient because you negate that card, and then Meltiel destroys the card, and then the Dual Standby advantage that you gave to your opponent is negated. And then Fairy Smile, gain up the life points, stay in the duel forever. And also, if you want to do the farm, if you want to farm your opponents with the less consistent Neo Parshath off of, again, Rebirth of Parshath. Are we getting the message here? Rebirth of Parshath is really dope. So Fairy Smile, really, really strong. And also, consider Endless Trap Hell if you don't want to run Sanctum of Parshath and just want to run full counter trap. So like instead of 2 Wall of D, like do 2 Mirror Wall and 2 Wall of D, and then cut the Sanctum of Parshath, and you search the Sanctuary in the Sky with Zeradius, Herald of Heaven. So that is a brief introduction 2 counter fairies. I hope that it is helpful to you. And if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Alright, and that's actually, those are the only 2 decks I had prepared. I love you too, Anime V, or Anime 5. What game you play, Uru? It's Dueling Book. Dueling Book. Debunk looks exactly like these YouTuber videos. Debunk. This looks like me. Is that what you're saying? I mean, on some, like, on maybe on like a bad day. On a bad day, I lose my money and my food to the ninja. And like my eyes, dude, I have anime eyes. Bad anime eyes. Hazy Flame eats this deck. Yes, that's correct. L Swarm time. Oh, God. Okay. Are you gonna just review box cards, or will you also review cards from Odeon? All right, let's just quickly do Odeon real fast. All right, so Statue of Anguish pattern. Special summon this card as an effect monster. Rock type, 0 attack, 2500 defense. It is also still a trap card. If special summoned this way, this card cannot be targeted by an opponent's card effects while you control another trap card that is a monster. So that doesn't work for Canadia, because Canadias are not also trap cards. They're just monsters. If this card is special summoned from your spell and trap card zone into the monster zone, while this card is a monster. Wait, what? Wait. Wow, that's really strong. So it's just, if it's special summoned, right? If you activate this, target one card on the field, destroy it. That's busted, man. That's busted. You get a tribute and you get to destroy a card on the field? And hey, Canadia it, I don't care. That's really strong. Is that, wait, but is this bad leaks? Well, I guess we have the banner, so maybe not. But wow, okay. The first Monarch, so this is an effect monster. You can, so if special summon this way, you can discard one card and discard one attribute. This card becomes that attribute and can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster with the same attribute as this card. If this card was summoned this way, you cannot special summon monsters except monsters with this card's attribute. Damn. We got, like, what needs 2 tributes, though? Wow, these are both really good. And then, Grave Protector. Any monster destroyed by battle is shuffled into the deck instead of going to the graveyard. Alright, so that's interesting, but less impressive. These are crazy, though. Yeah, these are really good. These Odeon cards are super, super great. Oh, no. This deck has Wall of D. So since you're playing against Hazy, you'll always top deck the Wall of D. So no. So Hazy does not beat this deck. So I mean, there's the banner and everything, but I would really question if they're actually giving us the Anguish. Like, that's a card that they would sell. I would really question whether or not Konami's going to give us this for free. Am I reading that right? So, but what does this part mean? If this card is special summoned from your spell and trap card zone to the monster zone. Wait. If a card is special summoned from your... Okay. So if you have this on the field and you activate a Tiki or Swamp Thing, then you can destroy a card. Very important. And it's not once per turn. Okay, so that's not all right. Okay, I believe that. I believe that now. Never mind. It's still pretty good though. Crystal Beast. No, that's too much space. Have you ever covered X-Sabers? X-Sabers have like, you know what? I think we'll break this. We'll do this in 2 parts. We'll do this in 2 parts. Dragoonity. To my knowledge, there's no new Dragoonity cards. Talk about the Red Eyes Leaks new structure deck. All right. Wait, what? But what Red Eyes Leaks though? Like what cards? What cards are being leaked? And now, how do we know it's a structure deck? It's Red Eyes, Blank Dread. Like, so what are we basing structure deck on? This is like new campaign to get the original bread. So this is just like they're gonna give it away. They're gonna do like a card flipper. You can get some gems and a free original art Red Eyes. Like anyone cares about that. Can Anguish Pattern destroy Baby Sarah? Target 1 card in the field, destroy it. Yes, you can destroy your own Baby Sarah. I care about the original Red Eyes. Well, then, hopefully you're stoked to get a prismatic original art Red Eyes. They wouldn't release another structure deck so soon. Yeah, I agree with that. It's going to be roaming Odeon where the drop rate is low AF. Well, so this is just what I found personally. But if it's like, if the Duelist has a strong deck, then the drop rate is good, which I prefer. So like, Hassleberry was hard to farm, but his drop rate was pretty good. But then if it's a Duelist that has like a really weak deck, then the drop rate is terrible. Like Jack. Jack has a horrible drop rate. But he's incredibly easy to farm. Cards are data mined or speculation. So I think that the Odeon cards were data mined. Steel Swarm time. Yeah. Can we make a new deck? Alright, so here, alright, Daddy's gotta work. Alright, Daddy's gotta do some work. What is this? This is, oh no, you can see all of my embarrassing, like, poorly spelled file names. Parshath. There we go. All right, let's see. What L swarms did we get? Can we just search L swarm? Oh wow, we're getting tons of them. There are leaks of it in your Discord data mine. James, the chat doesn't let me share you the link of the new Red Eyes leaks. All right, hold on. Okay, let me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Let's change this over to this. Uh-huh. You guys can enjoy an auto duel. Hopefully this does the Synchro Shokan. And let's take a look at the Discord. Okay. Deep Grave, Whitestone of the Ancients, Toon Ancient Gear Golem, Tsukuyomi, Debris Dragon, Rarity Change, blah blah blah. Alright, this is Ede Array, Stuffed Animal. Super rare, ultra rare. Red Rising Dragon. Oh, so, alright, so according to these leaks, according to this list in my data mines in the Discord, link in the description, Red Rising is an ultra rare. So my instincts were right on Red Rising. Also Necrogardna, also an ultra rare. So James is on the money. He just had the bad intel. Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, also an ultra rare. Yeah, that makes sense. Arcana Force EX, the Dark Ruler, also an ultra rare, but not in the new box. I don't see anything for Ranked Duels, Mahjongs. By the way, does anybody have a deck for Mahjong Munia Maidens that's not just, did we Synchro Shokan? No, of course not. Come on, man. I need that extra deck plus. I need it. Tsukuyomi. No, but these are... Alright, I don't see anything for the... Red Eyes structure deck leaks. I see some, like, icons. I see, like, some stuff that's in Japanese. Earthbound Kakapak Apu. Red Eyes Fusion and Return of Red Eyes. Alright, so... Alright, so I see Red Eyes Fusion. Fusion summon one fusion monster that lists a Red Eyes monster as material from your extra deck, using monsters from your hand, deck, or field. Holy crap. And if you do, its name becomes Red Eyes B Dragon. Wait, what? So you can summon Red Eyes Slash, just basically for free. And then it becomes Red Eyes B Dragon. You cannot normal summon or special summon other monsters to turn you activate this card. You can only activate one per turn. Alright, I feel like Red Eyes is sufficiently underpowered that could happen. I don't see Return of Red Eyes. And Return is a bad thing to search in Duel Links, because there's so many things it could be. Oh, unfortunately, I must decline, Observador. King's Consonants, that's the leaks. Red Eyes Fusion and Return of the Red... So when I search for Return of Red Eyes... When I just search for Return... Alright. Oh, man. Alright, let's just do Red Eyes, like, spells and traps. So, spells... Insight Transmigration. Red Eyes Transmigration. Wow, that's some cool art. Ritual Summon Lord of the Red. Alright, let me look that boy up, but I don't think that's what we're talking about. Red Eyes Burn. You mean, do you mean, oh no, okay. Return of the Red Eyes. So let's just read all of these. Let's begin with the one that we're getting. If you control a Red Eyes monster except Red Eyes Black Chick, you can target one normal monster in your graveyard, special summon it. Okay. If this card in your possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can... So you can get a free Red Eyes, or any normal. If this is destroyed by an opponent's card and sent to your graveyard... But like, why would they destroy it? You can target one Red Eyes monster in your graveyard, except Red Eyes Black Chick. Special summon it. So just keep Red Eyes on the field forever. I don't know. This one doesn't really seem that good. Like, Red Eyes Inside is better, right? I mean, assuming it's all about the Red Eyes. Like, this can summon other things. But assuming you're just trying to summon the Red Eyes, like, Red Eyes Spirit is better than this. Because the opponent is just not going to destroy it. Unless it's like Witch Raider and they're trying to destroy your other stuff. But like, that's never going to happen. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Red Eyes Fang with Chain. Oh, I remember this card is busted. Target one Red Eyes monster you control. Equip this card to it. It can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. You can send this to the graveyard. Target one effect monster in the field. Equip that target to the monster. Oh my god. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I want this. I want that. And Red Eyes Burn. If a face-up Red Eyes monster you control, except Red Eyes Black Chick, is destroyed by Batoru or card effect, target one of those monsters. Both players take damage equal to its original attack. That's potentially good. You know, as a one-up for the finisher. But yeah, Return of the Red Eyes is not so good. Red Eyes Fusion is really good. It's like Neos Fusion, but for Red Eyes. And you can do it for Red Eyes Black Dragon. You can make a Red Eyes... What is this Lord of Red? That's like a singular name. Oh, so I have to change it to monster. Okay, that's not a monster, I guess. Nice. Spell. Lord of the Red. Okay. Alright, Lord of the Red. You can ritual summon this with Transmigration. Once per turn, during the other player's turn when the card effect is activated, except Lord of the Red. You can target one monster... Okay, yeah, we're not getting this. Once per turn, during the other player's turn, when a card effect is activated, except itself. Holy crap. What? So just every time your opponent does anything, you can destroy 2 of their cards. Am I reading that correctly? Weevil, Red Eyes, Burn. 1 Inferno, Fire Blast. Show, James, show. James, the guy who shares the leaks talks Portuguese, but is under table. How can share you the link? Link in the Discord. It's a level 8 ritual that can use Red Eyes in the Grave to be summoned. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh. Because Chick is a setup card and isn't a Red Eyes in Japanese. Why do all Red Eyes cards... Yeah, oh, yeah, that's why. So it's like Frog the Jam, right? It was called Frog the Jam, and then every frog card needed to say, except Frog the Jam, and then eventually they changed it to Toad the Jam. Red Eyes Darkness Metal. I think we have that, don't we? Hold on. I mean, because we have a ton of red eye. No, but we don't have darkness metal. We have black metal. Okay, so darkness metal is probably like really, really good. All right. Anyway. Ooh. Do a mat farm. No. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that that's a good use of time. Okay. Alright, let's make some form of L Swarm. Let's make some form of L Swarm. And then, I need to take a poopy. Alright, we don't have this. I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna worry about anything we don't have. And also heliotrope. Ooh. Oh yeah. That's a good one. Obliviwisp. Are there really only 2 pages of L swarms? No, but there's steel swarms. Okay, I guess... okay. I guess that is the case. Maybe something like that. And then... Moth, Roach, Scout. Probably not going to use color. Probably just gonna have scout. Scout in this one, and then this and this. That's the whole thing. That's the whole deal. Am I missing anything? Okay, you're gonna make me work for it, huh? I think there was two. There was two steel swarm traps, if I'm not mistaken. Infection, infestation, just all the infestation. Yeah, and then infestation terminus. Yeah, just all of it, right? Infestation wave. And then, did I get any spells? Did we get Pandemic? Is Pandemic in Duel Links? Welcome back, Mega Milk. What about the Tribute Summon card? Escalation of the Monarchs. Yeah, probably. Did I not spell it right? Oh no, because it's a trap. I spelled it perfectly. Get out of here, tool. Alright, so at the start of your main phase, you control no spell or trap cards. But like that... okay, whatever. You cannot special summon other monsters the turn you activate this effect. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed. Except for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster. It cannot be used as... Alright, so... So he's like Treeborn Frog, but for Steel Swarms. And also, he's a pain in the neck to use. And then these have to be with the Steel Swarm. Okay. Yeah, these are like the easy... Right, so how much... Do we really need all of these infestation things? Probably Karibos, though. But like, how many infestations do we need? And also, these continuous traps, they kind of screw with the scout. You know? It has to be a monster. So obviously cell is great. You can just do cell, terminus, cell again, you know, cell number 2. But like scout is the renewable resource. So I feel like I want like storm or double cyclone at the start of your main phase. Like, what? Also, wait, why do we want escalation of the monarchs? Like, why is this good? I feel like this is actually not good. Alright, let me just stick it in there real quick. But I feel like like, you actually don't want escalation. I guess you can play this, and then escalation, and then, like, on your opponent's turn, do the removal. I guess that would be the thing. Is that the thing? Maybe escalation. The continuous trap honestly isn't that good to destroy monsters on their own turn. You mean infestation infection is not that good? But Gia has the card. I saw her. Gia on stream was saying how good this is. The search trap is literally only useful for Ophion loop. A rival is greater than escalation. But you can keep using escalation. But I think a rivals, just because of Scout, just because of how Scout, like, works, I think actually a rivals. Ooh, spelling is on point. So let's move this to side deck. Infestation tool. Monarch's Awakened Trap. No, but see, with the rivals, so here, with a rivals, you set this, your opponent makes a play, you rivals, scout, tribute for one of these, right? You kill your opponent's turn with Moth, and then Scout comes back, and you can summon Girastag. Yeah, that's the play. Or sell. But, like, you don't want to, I feel like you want both of these, and you don't want to disable this. So you actually don't want those continuous traps. And maybe not even Infestation Tool. I feel like it's okay at 1. I guess Karibo, right? No, yeah, see, but Infestation Tool, like, this is a win more card. This is a win more card. Like, if you have the luxury of already having Moth and whatever on the field. How do I get rid of something? Okay, goodbye. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Alright, I like that. Alright, what about our skills? Beat down. Just beat down, like every deck either run beat down or make it so that it can run beat down. Heavy starter. And does Yami do anything with us? Power of Dark? Moth? No, but it also powers up Shien. Because no. It doesn't power up Darks. It powers up Wizards and Fiends. I keep thinking that it powers up Dark monsters. Reoccurring Darkness. Does 3-star Demotion work with this? Hello, Julian Jack. What about the new Revival Trap? What Revival Trap? Oh, it works with Fiends. Okay, yeah, so Power of Darkness. I keep thinking that they're like some kind of like special type of bugs, but they're just Fiends. Labyrinth Builder. No, you can't, because then you can't get the effect, my guy. Deep Grave. The Fake Monster Reborn. Oh yeah, that one. No, but that you're not actually gonna use that. Advanced Force or Zone. So yeah, so let's do Reborn. Reborn is the card you're thinking of. The Reborn is the card I think that you're thinking of. Alright, let me just talk about how censorship can actually work real fast. So like this is OCG Monster Reborn. And because this kind of looks like a cross, they censor it for the English speaking countries, right? So if there was no censorship, we would get this Ankh, and we'd be like, yeah, you know, like this is fine, like it's thematic, it's Egyptian, whatever. But if we didn't have censorship, we would be missing out on this. Look at this. Look at how beautiful this is. I don't even know. It's like a feather thing with wings, and it's on a crystal and mounted with a JoJo stone. Like that's really cool. Like when I think of Duel Links, I think of the Dark Magician hats, Blue Eyes Dragon's schlong head, Jinzo, and Monster Reborn. And that's my image of Duel Links. All right, but let's do. Maybe we can side deck that. Yeah, that's that. You know, I like that. I like that. Was it reoccurring? It's like a Dreamcatcher, but for Bring the Dead Back. Yes. They gave the art with the Ankh in the Lost Art promotion. Card Advance. Yeah, side deck. Look, Card Advance is not as good as everybody seems to think that it is. One Steel Storm Cockastag. What does he do? There's nothing. There's no spells that say Steel. Okay, Cockastag, tributing 2 Steel Swarm monsters. Okay, that's kind of yikers. It's kind of yikers. Yeah, how about, okay, no, that's crap. That's obviously crap. And then... I feel like you don't need Caucastag at all. Alright, we'll do, you know what, actually, I like that. I like the memes. I like that. I like that. Are L Swarms worth it without Xyz? I think that, like, this, to me, looks very strong. This, to me, looks extremely strong. I want to put the Karibos at the end. Don't ask me why. Check Genome. Yeah, I know Genome. 2 tributes. No, but he doesn't special summon in any way. No, so here, what we're doing with Caucastag is, like, that's your end game boss, right? So if your opponent goes for all-out play, you can build up scouts. Wait, hold on. How the hell are we getting out Caucastag? At the start of your main phase, if you control no spell or trap cards, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You cannot special summon another monster the turn you activate this effect. So no, actually we can't use Caucastag. Which actually is fine, because I feel like if you're on top of the Gearastags and the Moths, then that's all you need. You don't actually need Caucastag. Moth is level 6. Why don't Evil Swarm and Steel Swarm work together in Duel Links? So the monsters don't, but the spells and traps do. So if we just go for L Swarm, just whatever. Oh, no, wait, not whatever. Spells. Okay, wait, what? Nothing? Okay, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. No, but there's something... Wait, yeah. So, like, stuff like this. You can shuffle an L Swarm from your hand to the deck. So, like, Infestation, Infection. So this is, like... You know, the steel, like, because the evil swarms are the dead spirits of the, actually, let's go into this lore, though. The evil swarms are the dead spirits of the steel, so, like, the steel swarms all died or something. And then the evil swarms they're haunted, like, corpses. So, like, I don't know, maybe this one came from Cell, looks like. This guy came from maybe Gearastag, possibly. But Baham, I don't know where you're from. Evil Swarm Harassvelg. Okay, I don't know, but he doesn't look like a spirit. He's just a bird. Zahak. Okay, maybe. It's kind of a stretch. No, yeah, so O Lantern came from Caucastag, looks like. O Lantern, Caucastag. Wait, let's look at those shoulders. Let's look at these shoulders. Okay, this... Okay, actually, that's inconclusive. And then where's this? Where's the evil swarm like Longhorn, Hercules, and whatever? Steel Swarm, Roach. I mean, look at how quaint this is. When this card is tribute summoned, you pay 1,000 LP, target one Steel Swarm monster in your graveyard, special summon that target. Jesus Christ. The Xyz are evil ice barrier dragons. No, Isle Swarms are infested monsters, forms, OG, other lore monsters. Oh, is that what it is? He's Laval Cannon. But where's his cannon? Okay, he has the hand thing, and his cannon became another hand. But then, why does he have, like, the wings and the black armor? Oh yeah, Soul Exchange. We can throw in a Soul Exchange. All of our one tribute. Well, for... Okay, whatever. It's fine. Soul Exchange. He was infested by Steel Swarms? Alright, do we have another skill for Steel Swarms? Beat down, Heavy Starter, Power of Darkness. How about Illusory Snatcher? That's what I'm talking about. When you tribute summon a monster, you can... No, well, you can't use it with Scout, but you can use it with Cell. Yeah. Yeah. That's a big... No, wait. But this becomes the same level, right? Yeah. Okay. That's the big play. That's the transcendent play. You have Moth, okay? You got Moth. Remove whatever. And then Illusory Snatcher. Special summon, and then Xyz overlay. I like that a lot. What about Shape Snatch? Is that a card that we actually have? I mean, I'm aware that it's a card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, no, you're just trolling. What's this? Actually, I forget what Allure does. Draw 2 cards and banish a dark. And if you don't, send your entire hand to the GY. So actually, that would be really good with Dark Lords. The Dark Lords. No, but Snatcher... When you tribute summon, you special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, type, attribute, and level of this card become the same as the face-up tribute summon monster. So Illusory Snatcher is just straight up Xyz fuel. Like, that's the only reason that he exists. Actually, I think he's becoming a Steel Swarm. Or is that... No, that's Caius the Shadow Monarch. But... Caius also looks like Steel Swarms. Alright, what other L Swarms did we get? What other L Swarms did we get? Descent. We got Moth, we got Desire, Sirius, Wiretap, Fault Troll, Parshath, Mandragora, Deep Grave, Shining, Morningstar, Nastin, Brothers, Cursed Armaments, Sanctum, Dark Lord. What's this? Sky Scourge. Cannot be special summoned if you tribute summon this card by tributing one of the following monsters. Gains the appropriate effect. Light Fairy, negate the effects of all spells. Dark Fiend, negate the effects of all traps. You might actually want Sky Scourge Invisil. Maybe. In the side deck. Emmer's Blade. No, stop. Okay. Widespread Dud. Right, these are dark. Okay, you can't tribute these, but you can tribute these other ones. Oh, hey, I got a question. So, like, for Girastag, if I summon Steel Swarm Cell, and then I special Steel Swarm Cell gets Canadia'd, can I still use that as one tribute for Girastag? I can, right? Widespread Dud. I don't know what that card actually does. Ukoback. Ukoback's a normal? Those are normals? Wow, that's pretty cheap. Minerva, Lady of the Lake. And Power Angel. Thank you, Budhacha. Oh yeah, allure. Big time allured by darkness deck, mini box. Oh my god, did that say possible skills for Dark Lords during the other video? I guess it did. Yes, you can. Put Duel Link's treasure theme as the background music. Yes, and that's what I do for my box for my box opening vids. But I'll do that for this video too. I mean, in the video, not right now. Okay. And Enrise. Okay, but nobody's summoning this anytime soon. Roland Boost. No, because you don't get the effect. You would get a free monster. Like, almost certainly. Well, not almost certainly. You'd have a really high chance of getting a free monster. But you wouldn't get the effect. Roland Boost is for, like, a tribute summon monster that just has, like, a norm... Like, for Monarchs. No. Those have to be tribute summoned. No, I used it in, it's good for Vision Hero Witch Raider. Right? When this card is normal summon, destroy all the everything. Loves Roland Boost, and it's also good for Photon Wyvern. Normal summon, destroy all set cards. But not for things that have to be tribute summoned. Thank you, though. What about baggy sleeves? What does baggy sleeves do? You know what you've been doing Duel Links YouTubing for too long? When you search things like baggy sleeves, and you just expect the Duel Links thing to come up, but instead just like completely normal, like a shirt with baggy sleeves is what comes up. If one of your monsters of level 5 or higher is destroyed in battle, yeah, baggy sleeves, big time. Baggy sleeves, big time, my guy. So what do we like? It's actually because it's always beatdown. I'm kind of sick of beatdown, even though it's an amazing skill that lets you win very quickly. Beatdown. Actually, no. Power of Darkness is terrible because dual wield. We'll just leave it in there. We'll even make it all caps. And I didn't miss any Steel Swarm cards, right? Because there was 6. Well, no, but that was in the fake leaks. But anyway, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. People still play dual wield in 6 Sams. I mean, I do. Okay. There's probably some lore thing with Shape Man where he is stealing Monarch abilities. All right, this is gonna be the last one that we're gonna do. All right, let's kill this. Hello, this is James, and here we have the preview of L Swarms. We're getting some good Steel Swarms in the Lords of Shining mini box. The purpose of this video is to narrow your searching, is to give you some ideas of how to build a Steel Swarms deck right out of the box, give you some combinations, some side decks, and some possible skills for your lovely new cards. I want to talk about the Steel Swarms. So first we're going to talk about the ones that I would include in the Steel Swarms deck. And then the other ones that are new, I will still talk about, but I'm going to talk about them later because I don't want you to get distracted. So Steel Swarms actually look to be like the simplest and the cheapest deck that you could possibly build because all the Steel Swarm cards, Moth is the only super rare that is new. And then, you know, in this deck, you can also use Kuriboh because you can use Kuriboh in like every deck. So basically, all you're doing is you're special summoning Steel Swarm Cell, or you're setting Scout, and then setting a rival. So you have Steel Swarm Cell. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster. Cannot be used as synchro material monster. And I know when you special summon your Cell, you're thinking about the enemy Canadia, the Canadia Steel Swarm Cell. The name goes away. You can't use it for Gear Stag, can't use it for Moth. Fear not, when you tribute summon, it still goes through. It still counts as a Steel Swarm used for Autobounce Shokan. So, Steel Swarm Cell, free special summon, but it's very restricted. However, it's restricted to these two excellent Steel Swarm monsters. So, if you were saving up your Steel Swarms, if you got all the Steel Swarms out of the old box, well, they were just rare as normal, so it's not a big deal. But you can just take them and throw them in the garbage because we have the good Steel Swarms now. Gear Stag and Moth, and both of them can come off of one tribute. So Gear Stag, you can tribute summon this monster in face-up attack position by tributing one Steel Swarm monster. When this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm, you can target one card your opponent controls, send that target to the graveyard, gain 1,000 life points. Get rid of the Shien for free. Shien doesn't move the effect onto a different monster. Shien is not protected by Fuma. Shien just gets sent to the graveyard quietly and honorably. And then Steel Swarm Moth, which I correctly called as a super rare. Steel Swarm Moth, when this card is tribute summoned by tributing a Steel Swarm, you can pay 1,000 life points to target up to 2 cards your opponent controls, return those targets to the hand. So Moth is level 6. It only needs 1 tribute anyway. So special summon Cell, normal summon the Moth, and you get a free dual wield at the cost of 1,000 life points. Now, we're not always going to top deck Steel Swarm Cell. Sometimes we have to rely on Steel Swarm Scout. At the start of your main phase, if you control no spell or trap cards, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. You cannot special summon another monster during the turn you activate this effect. While this card is face up on the field, it cannot be tributed except for tribute summon. Blah, blah, blah. It cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of a Steel Swarm monster and cannot be used as a synchro material monster. So again, restricted to Steel Swarms, but you know what? He's great. So you normal summon the Scout. Well, you set the Scout. The way you play Scout is you set the Scout, and then you set your rivals, and then on your opponent's turn, you can disrupt, you can Gear a Stag, send something in the graveyard, Moth, get rid of the normal summon, get rid of a back row, and then prepare the field. And then on your next turn, you can use Scout. You can bring Scout back, and then you can get something. You can get another Moth. You can get another Gear Stag, and then you can just attack directly very easily. And then the other Steel Swarm card that we're using is Infestation Terminus. Target one L Swarm monster you control and 2 cards your opponent controls. Banish the first target, and if you do, return the second targets to the hand. So it's, you know, like Steel Swarm Moth, but better. But it does banish the card, so you can't Treeborn Frog the Steel Swarm Scout repeatedly as much as I would like to. Now, and finally, we're using Sphere Karibo to protect our monsters because they are a little bit fragile. Now, the final new Steel Swarm card that I'm actually not including is Infestation Infection. This is a continuous trap card. Once returning, you can shuffle 1 L-Swarm monster from your hand or face-up on your side of the field to the main deck. Add 1 L-Swarm monster from your deck to your hand. So I feel like this doesn't actually work very well in this new Steel Swarms because it makes Scout not function. Scout, like Treeborn Frog, you can't have spell or trap cards. And that's also why we're not using Escalation of the Monarchs in this build of the deck. We're using a Rivals, gets rid of the evidence, and then we can continuously use Steel Swarm Scout as more tributes, as more efficiency, as more card advantage to defeat our opponent. So some potential side deck, well, not really side decks, more like, all right, the other L Swarm card that is being added with this new mini box is Evil Swarm Mandragora. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. This doesn't work with Steel Swarms because there has to be a Steel Swarm tribute, but you know, you can use it in Hazy. You can use it probably for Xyz summoning. You can use it for Synchro Shokan. This is another super rare, but it doesn't really fit into this deck. But you know, he's so good that he's worth mentioning in a completely off in a video that he's completely off the topic of. Infestation Infection, I covered. Continuous Trap, we don't want to use this with Steel Swarm Scout. Another card you might want to include, side deck, is coming in the Lords of Shining. Sky Scourge Invisil. This card cannot be special summoned. If you tribute summon this card by attributing one of the following monsters, this card gets the appropriate effect. Light Fairy, negate the effects of all spell and spell cards. Dark Fiend, which all Steel Swarms are, negate the effects of all trap cards. So this, if if Moth or Gearstag like gets floodgated or something, you can make your very own Jinzo. If you save him with a Karibo, or you go in with an Rivals, Cell, Gearstag, floodgated, Rivals, Sky Scourge, Invisil. I think that's a really fun side deck card. You can also, of course, use Card Advance. Card Advance, normal summon the Scout. Card Advance, order your cards, and get your Tribute Shokan. And I think that Monster Reborn could be good. Target 3 monsters in your graveyard. Your opponent chooses one, you special summon it, and if you do, banish the rest. You can only activate one Monster Reborn per turn. You're just getting more tributes. You're just getting you're diversifying, and you're making use of cards that maybe had no use before. Escalation of the Monarchs. Does not work with Steel Swarm Scout. I do feel like you need both of these, because you can't just rely on top decking the Steel Swarm Cell. Unless maybe you could cut the Scout for Infestation Infection, and then you can always search the Steel Swarm Cell. But that's a trap, right? You have to rely on the trap. You have to wait for your opponent to Cosmic Cyclone it or something. I prefer to use spell cards to get my tribute monsters out on the field to negate my opponent's card advantage. Soul Exchange, kind of slow. And Illusory Snatcher. When you tribute summon a monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, type, attribute, level of this card becomes same as the face of tribute summon monster. So this gives you, you could throw in enemy controller, Illusory Snatcher, tribute the Illusory Snatcher, steal the opponent's monster, and Illusory Snatcher is pure Xyz bait. So if you have Cell, tribute for Moth, Moth sends 2 things back to the hand, and then we special summon Illusory Snatcher. When we get Xyz summoning, we can go into a level 6 Xyz monster, because Illusory Snatcher modulates its level. And finally, some skills that you might want to use for Steel Swarms. Allured by Darkness. So Allured by Darkness, I forget how you act. Allured by Darkness, Yubel skill gives you the Allured by Darkness card. You draw 2, and then you banish a Dark Fiend from... Then you banish a Dark Monster from your hand. And, of course, you're going to be able to do that. Heavy Starter, if you include... You need 3 different high-level monsters. So if you include, Caucastag in there, you can use Heavy Starter. Baggy Sleeves, really good for this deck. If one of your high-level monsters gets destroyed by battle, next turn you can draw 2 cards. That's really strong. And of course, Beatdown because you always use Beatdown when you have high-level monsters, and Power of Darkness. Power of Darkness powers up Fiends, puts Steel Swarm Moth above Xian in attack points. Now, Infestation Terminus is really good for getting your Steel Swarms out of trouble if you're attacking into, if you're attacking into a wall of D, your Steel Swarm Moth is going to get killed. You're not using Baggy Sleeves. Infestation Terminus. Target the Steel Swarm you control. Banish it, and then return the 2 cards that your opponent controls to the hand. So, if you attack your opponent, your Weevil has spammed out Amazonas. You can get your Steel Swarm out of there, and also send the Onslaught and the other monster back to the hand. Infestation Terminus. Nice little change up card. So, I hope you've enjoyed this preview. I will do, you know what, we'll do Heroes, we'll do all the other ones later. Alright, so I hope you've enjoyed this preview of Steel Storms. I hope it's of use to you when you're building your decks straight out of the box. If you're new, make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Okay, I think that's going to do it, boys. Oh. Oh. Are you doing any extra slot spiciness today? No, I think that, I think that's the end of the stream. I think I'm going to cut the Steel Storm, I'm going to cut the Dark Lord video, and I'm going to legitimately beat DK to the punch, because he hasn't even, he's still doing the Meta Weekly, I think. We can get that Dark Lords video. People are thirsty for this Dark Lords, man. Did I say level 6? Yeah, rank 6. Rank 6. You're right. It's not... Xyz monsters don't have levels. They have ranks. All right. Thank you for joining me. We'll do what else do we need to do? What else do we need to do? We'll do the heroes. What else? Somebody remind me of this tomorrow. Heroes. XX Sabers. Maybe we can just lump them all together. Like Heroes, Noble Knights, XX Sabers, and then maybe just grinding. Grinding for tomorrow's stream. Because we have 3 videos right here. So, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your energy. Hold on, let me change this over. Yep. All right. And good night. Yeah. Hello, Shyam. And also now. When are you streaming next? So I plan on streaming in 15 hours. 15 hours. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Good night, Raphael. Yeah, I want to do the streams like earlier in the day. It's just today I got up really late because I was up late. So anyway, thank you and good night.